from my perspective, because if one looks at the Greek texts of the Gospels, we know that within the Gospels, in their English translation, for example, that Jesus' father Joseph, and in fact Jesus himself on one occasion, are classified as carpenters. And this is part of the colourful mythology that they were poor carpenters. But actually, the words that were used in the original text that got translated to carpenters was hotakton, which actually translates from the Greek as master of the craft. So Joseph and Jesus were masters of the craft, and it's really quite intriguing that is still a term used within Freemasonry, that you rise through the degrees to become a master of the craft. And so, yes, there could easily have been a link there.
And that's one of the real key puns here, too, George, is this term master of the craft, because the craft refers to not just Freemasonry, but also to alchemy. And when we refer to Jesus as a hotakton, as a wood worker, we have to recognize that there are the four elements, earth, air, fire, and water, but there's also a fifth element in the Eastern tradition called wood, which is also known as quintessence, the spiritual energy, the life force energy. And it suggests that Jesus wasn't going around making furniture. Rather, as a woodworker, a carpenter, he was rather working with the life force energy. That's a completely different story than we're taught in Sunday school, and one that ultimately leads to the enlightenment of the individual and the possibility that we too can become masters of the craft. That there is this feminine aspect of God, and there is also this idea that women hold these secrets within themselves, and it's the unity of the male and female that ultimately brings about the transformation of the individual, both from within ourselves, referring to our inner male and female, and also in our male-female relationships. And so that's a good bit of it, but it's also because we're dealing with organizations that tend to want to promote this idea that men are somehow superior to women. I mean, the gentleman called earlier used the term lie. I can't think of a bigger lie than the one that we're told that men are somehow superior to women.
It doesn't seem possible to me.
I love that. All right.
Oh, this is goodbye time. My goodness, doesn't it go quickly?
Oh, it's amazing.
Well, I suppose I can wrap it up from a historical point of view by really maintaining what I said earlier here. We're in a world now which is about choices, options, free thinking, and people looking for answers. And I have to say that all history has ever been is about that, but for the most part, it has been prevented. So for those people who really truly believe, for whatever reason, that history is carved in stone and that that's the end of it, I disagree. My answer is that history is not carved in stone. History is written in blood, and blood is still flowing, and the answers are still out there.